Very good evening, Singaporeans and voters of Ang Mo Kio GRC. Although this is my second time, I still feel the jittery, you see. Seeing a lot of you here, I am very privileged to talk and speak in this rally under the Reform Party. We thank you for taking time to attend to our rally. I'm honored to be standing and be a part of the Reform Party to serve you. I'm an ordinary Singaporean like you, facing everyday issues that comes about from the current policies. I'm not going to wayang and say I'm a son of Ang Mo Kio or I have a difficult childhood. In fact, I was blessed with a privileged childhood. I came from a middle-class family. I got everything that I need. While my peers are struggling to cope with school fees, I was busy deciding what designer wear I want. That was then. Life was easy and leisurely until my father was made a bankrupt for a failed business venture. And my fairy tale ends there. At that time, I just finished school and waiting to be enlisted for NS. My NS allowance was only $250, and that was 10 years ago. Okay, that means on average, I will only get to spend about $9 per day for 3 meals. Okay, with no financial support from my family, I was living from hand to mouth. And even now, the NS men are having it tough. Because there was no support, there was no financial support back then, and there was no financial support now from our government. It is strange how the ministers justify their million-dollar salaries, but when we talk about the NS men, they are quick to downplay the importance of having adequate salary or allowances for NS men. After my NS, I couldn't get a job straight away. There isn't any help. Then I understood what it meant to be poor. I have no pocket money. I am borrowing from friends to friends, relative to relative, just to go and find a job. The PAP doesn't believe in helping the poor, downtrodden and needy. Under the leadership of Lee Hsien Loong, the average Singaporean are finding it tougher to survive. The gap is pulling further away between the rich and the poor, and the middle class is being squeezed. Our wages are depressed with the influx of cheap labor. The PAP has stubbornly maintained that the minimum wage is detrimental to Singapore. We are one of the few countries in the world that don't have minimum wage. Without minimum wage, our wages will continue to be depressed and Singaporeans will continue to bear the high cost of living due to inflation. And that is why our Reform Party has pledged to pursue and champion for minimum wage in Parliament. Raising a child has become very expensive. Tiobo. Our fertility rate has been declining due to various reasons. One of it is the high cost of living. The recent government's initiative to extend paternity leave is a step in the right direction, but unfortunately, it doesn't address the main issue of why families would not want to have more than 2 children. The Reform Party manifesto pledged to introduce child benefit of $300 per month per child. And this will help to encourage more families to have more children. Agree? Being a first world country, it is unbefitting for Singapore to make our older generation to work, collecting card boxes and tin cans just to have 3 meals a day. We should value their contribution and show our appreciation by taking care of these people who have toiled 50 years of their life towards nation building. The Reform Party wants to have an old age pension of $500 per month for those over 65 years old so that they can have a dignified retirement. Do you agree with us? The PAP started out CPF scheme and promised to return back to us at 55. Then how things have changed and how the goalposts have been moved further away. Not only we cannot withdraw our CPF in full, the retirement age has been moved further away incrementally over the years from 55 to 65. The notion that Singaporeans are irresponsible and will squander away our own money upon withdrawal of our CPF and will be a burden to the society is misinformed. The PAP took an extreme example to justify holding back our retirement money. The Reform Party recognizes the importance of individual rights. As such, we will champion for policy to return back the citizen's CPF at 55 years old. Do you want your CPF to be returned back to you? The Reform Party also intend to cap the foreign worker number at the current level and instead work towards increasing productivity. Our current scheme of spending billions of taxpayers' dollars to improve productivity has not been effective. We need to reassess this scheme in totality and find better effective ways to improve productivity. Whenever alternative proposals were brought up to improve Singaporeans' life, the PAP ministers are quick to propagate fear among the people. They make Greece as a comparison. Let us make no mistake. We are not Greece. Greece overspends by the billions. Singapore underspend on our social safety net as compared to other developed nations. Don't buy that fear, my friends. We are not proposing a welfare state where we plunder our reserve. We are proposing for a well-rounded safety net, and if our money is invested properly at the root, less people will be falling through the crack. This GE is about determining the kind of Singapore we want. We know where the PAP wants to take us and how it plans to bring Singapore forward. We know that. Using the easiest way to crowd Singapore with 6.9 million population. Do you want that to happen? You see, a lot of my friends told me that, the PAP have ministers, they have good ministers. I agree with them. Okay, but it is not enough to put good men in parliament. You need to know the party's policy and direction. I know they are good MPs, but good men counts for nothing in parliament. When they wanted to pass the 6.9 million population white paper, what happened to those good men? Everyone fall in line and as the party whips restrict freedom of choice. The same can be said for my Malay MPs in parliament. They are good people, no doubt about it. But what happened when the party they serve take a stand that go against the grain of the community? They also fall in line. These good Malay MPs cannot stand on their own. So we cannot depend on them anymore. We need to make sure that good people and also good party with good policies be in parliament. Recently, I've walked in Ang Mo Kio GRC and walked about, and I saw an old lady in her 70s collecting card boxes, and I want to change this. Because I believe that the old people should retire in good health and enjoy their retirement age. But looking at the ways Singapore, the PAP is bringing Singapore forward, we can never achieve that. I know for a fact, because my father is now retired, without me giving him monthly expenses, he cannot survive on his own. He cannot work anymore. But what if he doesn't have a child? He doesn't have me. He don't have me as a child. What will happen to him? He has to work. And that can happen to any one of us in 50 years' time when we are old. So we have to change this system of economic growth at all costs. We have to put the Reform Party in Parliament. Let me be your voice in Parliament. Let my team be the voice in Parliament. I am very fortunate that the party believes in freedom of choice, that the party believes in freedom of speech. I have no issues on bringing up my community issues to the party, because the party believes that if they want to be the government of the day, they have to take care of every single one of us, regardless of race or religion. So with this, let us party on 11 September 2015. Let us send a message to the PAP. Enough is enough. We are taking back the power from you. We are voting for the Reform Party. Thank you very much.